Alright, it is December 2nd, 2021, and yesterday I went on a rather long fast. It was 21 hours, which is toward the high end of how long I typically fast. And I noticed another major benefit for fasting that has nothing to do with eating. What had happened was that I am much more patient with other aspects of my life ever since I started fasting. I recalled a time 2 or 3 years ago. I had gone to get an oil change, and I wanted to put in this coupon, and the cashier wanted my email address. And as I was giving it to him, so you guys can see my email address has a lot of is pretty long, and I have to kind of spell it out for people. And he had a hard time understanding the cashier had a hard time understanding what I was saying. And I got very frustrated. I was like, "Give me the keyboard," and I typed it in for him. And it was a little bit more aggressive than I would handle it these days. Yesterday, I went to similarly a board game club, and I was trying to give him my phone number, and the guy had some challenges. He would listen to the phone number, but he would rearrange numbers in the phone number. I'm not sure what kind of challenge he had, but I was very patient with him, and I kind of felt sorry for him instead of being frustrated. And I think I attribute that to being that if I can wait 6 hours for a meal, I could probably wait 6 seconds for somebody to have a good conversation with, and giving my phone number, giving my email address, and all that. The other thing I noticed yesterday while playing board games at the club was that when I finally was going to break the fast, we were at a restaurant, and I had to ask the waiter for various ingredients. I was a lot more patient with that too. The other thing I really noticed was that in the past, I found restaurant portions to be very small. I used to hate going to a restaurant. Number one, because I had to clarify all these allergies. And number two, when I got the meal, it was tiny. I had very major portion distortion 2 years ago. Now, there was another piece of drama that was going on in my life 2 years ago. 2 years ago, my girlfriend and I were getting serious, and I was planning to propose to her. I was planning to propose to her on December 21st, 2020, because Jupiter and Saturn came into conjunction. So in 2019, I was saying goodbye to my single life as I knew it, and I got very anxious as a result of that. Now lately, I've also dated a little bit, and I've been turning over control of that situation to God and not worrying so much about it. Now, one thing I really despise about dating here in the United States is that it revolves so heavily around sex. See, I go on dates to find an activity partner, somebody that I can travel with, somebody that I could play backgammon with, and unfortunately, very few people see a relationship that way. So finally I meet somebody in Phoenix who sees it that way. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to travel to Phoenix. The trips were logistically a little bit trickier than I had thought. We're in the midst of a great resignation where not too many people want to show up to work at the tutoring center where I'm at near Thanksgiving. So I ended up going there because I just started. I wanted to kind of boost my position there, and come to think of it, I should have asked for a little bit more for that week, but I'll give it a try over Christmas. And I find that because I'm having so much patience with food, it has translated to patience with some of these other things, the logistical delays, the dealing with challenging people. And yesterday, I used to hate it if I had a good dream and I woke up like, fuck, it wasn't real. Yesterday I dreamt that I had won $10,000 at a backgammon tournament, and I was getting ready to take the 10,000 and buy 20 ounces of platinum. So platinum was at a dip as well. And I woke up and realized none of that was true. And I'm like, oh great, let's go find if I can win 10,000 somewhere. Maybe it's not backgammon, right? And let's look for a dip in the market somewhere, right? and it just really works up my patience bone when I go on these long fasts. I mean, if I can wait 6 hours for a meal, maybe I can wait 6 years for the right significant other to come along, or for my dream to come true. And maybe if the waiter messes up my meal at the restaurant, maybe I can wait 6 more minutes for the food.